I once again welcome you all of you the lecture series of microprocessors and the microcontrollers. Now, today we are going to discuss the very important topic addressing modes of 8086 microprocessor. You know that this is very important one. Why it is important? What is the use of this addressing different addressing modes and so how effectively you can utilize these addressing modes to write the program and to execute the programs by the 8086 microprocessor. How effectively you can use this addressing modes in different programs. So and all we are going to see in this addressing modes of 8086 microprocessor. Okay. So this is very much important one while we are writing the program, an effective program. So what type of operands we are using, so what type of data we are using, and all this is very much essential to know the different addressing modes of 8086 microprocessor. Okay. So before going to that, last class we are discussing the some topics like some like machine language instruction format. You know that. So our 8086 microprocessor it can operate at the you know that very well. 1 byte to 6 bytes. The maximum instruction size is 6 byte. Remember, minimum instruction size is 1 byte. So like int operation. Okay, like this operation has 1 byte instruction, immediate operation. Okay, for 6 byte instruction, you know that in the last class also you are seen that 6 byte instruction with the displacement you are representing with the displacement. So it may have the 6 byte instruction. 6 byte instruction means here like this. First byte opcode. Okay, first byte means 8 bits. 1 byte means 8 bits. Okay, then second one has 3 bits has the opcode. Second byte, then third byte, then fourth, and fifth and sixth. Fifth byte and sixth byte are for displacement. These are for operands. Operands are data and something. This is the 6 byte instruction format. First byte is opcode, and second byte we have also 3 bytes are allocated for the opcode. Then third and fourth bytes are operands, and the fifth and sixth bytes are for displacements. Okay. Okay. So series. What are the different types of machine language instructions? 1 byte instruction. We have only opcode. In this 1 byte only, we have the opcode and as well as the uh, opcode as well as the operands information in this 1 byte. 1 byte instruction. So register to register is a 2 byte instruction. So this is the first byte. This is the second byte instruction. This is second. You know that. So out of out of 8 bits, so 7 bits are dedicated for the opcode and 1 bit for it is 0 for 8 bits. It is 1 for 16 bits. You know that 16 bits operation. So you know that these are the registers. These are the registers and memory. These are the for mod operation. Whether it is 001001 operation, mod operations. Likewise, we have the register to memory or memory to register with no displacement. Whenever displacement is added, so for the displacement it will take the 2 bytes. So yes, see this with the displacement, memory to the register and the register to the memory. This is, remember, this is memory to from means here register to the memory and memory to the register applications. The same time here register to the memory and the memory to the register. With the displacement, it will take the see this displacement. It will take the 2 bytes, the first byte and second byte. Okay, and then these are the fifth one is the immediate operand to the register. This is the 5 byte instruction. Sorry, this is also the 4 byte instruction, but the change of this register to the memory with the displacement, and this one is the only changes is under this second byte it also allocated the opcode. See this opcode. But see this, there is no opcode for this 4 byte instruction. See this, there is no opcode for this 4 byte instruction. But here The only changes here, the only change that one to this one here, this in this one an opcode, one instruction, another instruction. So this is totally 8-bit opcode, and another 3 bits is also allocated for opcode. Opcode means an operational code. That means which type of instruction we are going to formulate, the instruction, surprise instruction, or logical instruction, whatever like that one. So then immediate operand to the memory with 16-bit displacement. Whenever the displacement is comes, it has taken uh, 2 extra. This is 4-byte instruction. Then displacement, it takes the 2 bits extra. Yes, this one and this one. So it forms the 6-byte instruction. This is the 6-byte instruction. But this is the 4-byte instruction. This is the 4-byte. This is the 4-byte instruction. This is the 6-byte instruction. Okay. So see, this one is also another 3 bits are dedicated to the opcode. Okay, remaining bits are dedicated to the which type of operands we are going to use, and which type of displacement we are going to use, and you want to see this, what is the displacement and all in the in the addressing modes. Okay, now coming to the today's topic, now see this, what is addressing modes and all. Okay, so what is the use of this addressing mode? Very important one, very important question. The examination also, they may ask this question in most of the papers. So what is the addressing mode? So the addressing mode indicates the way of locating data or operands. Remember, the way of locating data or operands, the addressing mode system. So the way they accessed and executing an instruction, the way of locating data and operands. So nothing but addressing modes indicates the way of locating data or operands at the same time. This is also describes the type of operands. Yes, type of operands, and that the way of executing the instruction in the CPU. So the way of locating data in the memory or immediate data or immediate data or immediate data and operands. You know the different types of operand: AX, BX, CX, DI, SI, like that instruction, AL instruction, BL instruction, CL instruction, operands. How effectively you use these operands, and how effectively we can locate the data in the memory, and all. Then how effectively the program is executed. So all the things is given by the addressing modes. Okay, now see this addressing modes, we can divide into the 2 different categories: sequential control flow instructions, and the second one is control transfer instructions. So sequential control flow instructions and control transfer instructions. These control transfer instructions expressly used in control applications as nothing but the int applications, call applications, see this int applications, call applications, return applications, jump application we are using. Then sequential control flow instructions is nothing but, you know, that as sequential means here one by one instruction, execution instructions, like move instruction, like move instruction, then add instruction, then subtraction instruction, multiplication instruction, like this, push instruction, pop instruction, like these instructions we are using the control flow instruction. The control transfer means, for suppose you write the program is like this, move AX comma BX, some then add AX comma BX. Then suppose I represent call, then 800H, or suppose this is address. Whatever the, so that, what is the meaning of this call instruction? Whatever the data that is present in this address is that coming to here and executed that. So this is not the sequential way. So the interrupt that program and going to the another memory location of this location, memory location, come back to this one and execute that program. Then likewise return also, then jump. For suppose I represent the sign, I continue this continuation, I am writing the program jump, for suppose 900H. Address. This is the address. I write the program is like this again. Then subtract x comma bx. I write the program is like this. But microprocessor is the execute first instruction, second instruction, then the third instruction. Then it is not coming to the fourth instruction, because whenever you are using jump, it jumps to the address location 900H and going to that address location and execute the program. It is not executing sequence. So whenever you are using this type of instruction, you can call it as a control transfer instruction. Otherwise, remaining all the instructions, nothing but arithmetical instruction, logical instruction, data transfer instructions. Okay, these all are comes under our immediate instructions. These all are comes under the sequential control flow instructions. Okay, see this sequential control flow instructions in the addressing modes. How that first one is immediate addressing mode. An immediate addressing mode. That means in the instruction itself you represents the data. Remember every time whenever you are using immediate. So instruction itself you are representing some data. This is not the address. This is data. You know that instruction format mnemonic, operands. Operands that may be of data or that may be of address. Okay, see this data or address. Here we are representing the data. We are representing the data. But how to know that microprocessor? You know that microprocessor addresses are like this. Address locations are like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. We are representing 5. So why can't microprocessors understand whether you are given data or address? How to know that microprocessor? How to know that microprocessor we are giving this as a data, this is a address location. How to know that microprocessor? You simply put the some bracket to this one for move x comma. The bracket you represents the 5. Then the microprocessor understand this. This is the address. Otherwise, you represent in this format, microprocessor understand that is the data. Yes, that's how you know the instruction format. In the last class, we discussed this one also. That's how you know the instruction format. Nothing but syntax simply. So you represent in the brackets, square brackets. This is the address that microprocessor is considered. This is the address. Otherwise, microprocessor is considered. This is the data. So an immediate addressing mode usually indicates the as a part of the instruction you represent some data. So see this. This is also BL some data. So how much amount of data you are going to insert in this one? Either we are using AX, BX, CX register. It is a 16-bit data. You are representing AL, BL, CL like that. You are representing the 8-bit data. Because our register sizes are 16-bit. Whenever you want that one, you are using it as an 8-bit also. 8-bit also. Okay, so microprocessor, how to identify the data and address, because the same because those two are same numbers, because 05 they may be of address location series and 05 there may be of data. How to know the difference? Only you can represent the way you can represent the syntax. See this in the bracket, you put it in a bracket that will consider it as a address. Okay, otherwise it will consider it as a data. It will consider it as a data. So how much amount of data we are going to insert here in this instruction? We are using AX, BX, CX, DX register that may be of 16-bit register. So that's why we are giving it as a up to the 16-bit data. Whether we are using AL, BL, CL or AH, BH, CH registers like that, we are using as 8-bit register. You know that AX register we are divided into the AH and AL like that. So AH means higher order 8-bit, AL means lower order 8 bits. Okay. Then second one is the direct addressing mode. Direct addressing mode. So instruction itself we are representing some address. This is address. Instruction itself we are representing some address. So it has mnemonic, it has operand, it has address. Remember, see this format. It has mnemonic, this has operand, this has data or address. Or that may be of only operands. That may be of only operands. Remember, that may be of only, see this, mnemonic, Mnemonic. That may be of operands. Series. That may be of operands. That may be of data. That may be of address. This is the instruction format. That only operands are there, like move ax comma, move ax comma bx. Only operands are there. Or move ax comma some data, or move ax comma some address. So see this. These are the examples for this one. So direct addressing modes means here in the instruction itself you are representing the address. How to differentiate between the data and address? You just put it in a bracket. This is the address. So what is the address size? Address size. Address size. So we are representing here a 16-bit address, offset address, a 16-bit offset address. But you know that, but we have some doubt. But sir, the address is 20-bit. But why you are representing 16-bit here? But this is move. What is the instruction forward? Move means a copy instruction. So this 5000 H is copied to the AX register. What is the register size? A 16-bit only. Because you know that in the memory example, you know that very well. You know that very well. You can come to this one. Come to this one. Memory. Memory. So memory is what is the physical address? Is a 20-bit. Physical address is divided into the segment address. It is 16-bit as well as the offset address. Offset address is also 16-bit. So whatever you are representing here, for suppose move ax comma 5000 h, this is the offset address. Then who can generate this segmented address? SI register, DI register, base pointer register, stack pointer register. These index pointer register. These are the some registers to generate the stack segment address. Stack segment address is identify the starting address memory location, starting memory location of the segment. So in this segment, we have how many segments are? 16 logical segments are there. 16 logical segments are there. 16 logical segment into what is the each size? 64 KB. That is equal to the 1 MB. So what is the memory size of this microprocessor 8086 microprocessor? F F F F F H 5 F says is nothing but the 2 power 20. 2 power 20 is nothing but the 1 MB size. Why it is 2 power 20 means here? The physical address locations. So whenever it represents in the in this instruction, we are representing the offset address only. Offset address only. So move AX come 5000 H is the offset. That is the 16-bit offset address we have. Why it is 64 KB? 2 power 16 is equal to the 64 KB. What is why it is 2 power 16 is nothing but the 16-bit register. 16-bit register. We are already discussed this one. Now, okay. Okay, see this. So this is the offset address, 16-bit memory location offset address. Offset address means here a segmented within the segmented address location. Okay, so this is the one. This is the second instruction in 80H. You know that whenever you're representing in and out, that represents the input and output devices. That represents the input and output devices. In 80H is the address of the input. An input device memory location address 80H. Okay, so now this, see this, what is the effective address here? Nothing but this is the offset address. What is the effective address here? Effective address means here, what is meaning of effective address means nothing but the physical address. What is the physical address? 20-bit address is like this. So this is the offset address. This is the offset address. Offset address. This is the offset address. So this is the effective address. So combinedly, this is the segment address. So this combinedly is the effective address or physical address. Stand DS. DS is a data segment. Data segment register. DS. See this DS. Okay. So this microprocessor is considered this instruction address to this one because it can add the 5000 H. Why? Because a physical address or effective address is equal to the segment address plus offset address. So offset address you represents the 5000 H. So then Who can represent this segment address? The microprocessor is allocated the segment address like this, data segments. The next one, we have the register. So register means we have the instructions like we have to transfer the data from one register to the another register, one register to the another register. Move bx comma cx. That means whatever the information that is stored in the ax register, that is moved to the bx. You see that you remembered. So information is stored in the ax is copied to the bx. Remember. For suppose AX register, we have the data 05H. Whenever you perform this instruction, okay, whenever you perform the BX comma AX is the data 05H. Whenever you perform that instruction, so when the instruction executed, the BX register is the data 05H. At the same time, AX is also 05H. You know that AX is also 05H. Because why? Because move means a copy. Move means a copy instruction only. Whatever the information that is stored in the AX is just copied to the BX register. Remember, see this, the arrow. See this arrow. So this one also, whatever the information is stored in the BL register, that is copied to the AL. What is ADC? Addition with carry. ADC means here addition with carry. So for this format, you are using all the registers except this IP. For this instruction, for the combination, this combination nearly gives the nearly of 60 to 70 instruction combinations like move AX comma move AX comma BX, move BX comma AX, then CX comma AX, and AX comma CX, like that instructions, or move base pointer comma X, something like that. Expecting the IP register, we are using all these combinations, like nearly 50 to 60 instructions are there in this combination. So register to the register. So one register to the another register. You can transfer the data, you can copy the data one register to the another register. Register indirect. A important one, we are using register indirect. Register indirect. Register indirect means here, see this, register indirect here, a register direct here, a register direct here. Nothing but we can copy the information from one register to the another register. But here, see this, again move instruction we are using, again move instruction, nothing but copy instruction AX. But here BX, they are represented in the boxes. Boxes means, remember what is the boxes meaning? What is the boxes meaning? Address. Address. So microprocessor is going to the BX register address location and come back to that one. So simply, I will draw the diagram. Simply, you cannot confuse that one. Yes, microprocessor is not directing the BX. So here we are not representing the BX value, BX register value. You just represent the address location, something like that. Something like that. So this is the CPU. This is the CPU. For this example, CPU, it can point out the BX and address. For suppose BX address is like this. BX address location is this one. This one. For suppose BX address location 10001. This is the BX address location. BX. So for going to this BX address location, and data is copied indirectly. So you not directly transfer the information. So it is go to the first of all that BX address location, then whatever the data is present in that address location and copy. But here you can directly copy to whatever the information stored in the AX to the BX. But here BX shows the some address location. Okay, so the data is supposed to be available at the address pointed by the content of the any of the segment registers, nothing but the default data segment register. BX is the one data segment register. This address is stored at the data segment register. So indirectly, see this BX is represents the it's an address location, a data segment address location. On that data segment address location, we have some data. The data is copied. See this, a two-way process is performed. Two-step process is performed. Here, one step simply copies the information BX to the AX to the BX in this instruction. But here, this one This BX is point to the one address location. That is the first step. Then whatever the data present in that address location is copied to the AX. That is the second. So first of all, microprocess point out the address location of that at that data segment. Then after the whatever the data present in that one is transferred to the AX disk. Okay. Then default memory location is always remembered. A default data location is always data segment register. For the microprocessor, default, remember, default memory location. Microprocessor is directly always connected to the data segment register. The default memory location, you can call it as. So see this whenever you are representing like this. So this address is stored at the always at the data segments. Okay. The only difference between this third addressing mode and the fourth addressing mode is both are same, but here we are representing BX in the boxes. That means an address location. Address whenever you are representing this any of the thing in the boxes that represents the address. So BX list address is stored at the data segment. That address it goes to that address location. Whatever the data that is present in that address location is copied to the AX list. So indirectly. So then indexed. Indexed means here, remember, indexed, we have the indexed registers. So indexed means here we are using instruction with the index registers as a operands. We are using instructions as a operands as a one of the operand or both operands as a indexed base pointed registers. Index here we are discussing the index register. You know that you have a source index register, destination index register, index pointer, but we are not at all using this one as an operand. So remaining these are used it as a operands. So see this in this addressing mode, offset of the operand is stored in the one of the index register. Offset address. See this again. You represent the SI in the bracket means the address. Why you are using this source index register and destination index registers? Why you are using the source index? What is the purpose of this source index registers and destination index registers? The purpose of this register is to identify the generates the address of this segment registers. Segment registers. You know that logic here. You know that logic behind here. Okay, what are the default address location of this SI and DX? A data segment and the extra segments are the default segments for the index registers SI and DA. Okay, so you understand this? You understand this very simple. You cannot confuse that one. So here AX, BX, CX, DX register address, default register address is data segment register. Okay, here in this instruction, you can call it as the indexed addressing mode. Indexed addressing mode. Indexed addressing modes means simply an instruction itself. We are representing the source index register or destination index register. Okay, index register. Okay, so this index register, whenever you are representing that index register as addressing, see this index register and addressing. Why you are using this index register? To generate the to store the addresses of the segmented memory locations. You know that address locations. These are the address. You know that physical address. What is the physical address? Segment address plus offset address. So who can generate this segment address? Source index register, destination index register. See this. Here we are using the one of the operand as a source index register. Here in this case, you are representing one of the operand as a destination index register. A destination index register. So this one points the. So defaultly, this will points the defaultly. So either either data segmented memory or extra segmented memory at the same time. The starting address of the data segmented and the starting segments of the extra segmented memory. Okay, so in this address location, where this points the, remember whether this points the segment address. For suppose data segment is here, for suppose extra segment is here. For suppose this one points the starting address of the for suppose starting address of this data segment is 10000 for suppose. In this one we have the some in this starting address we have this some again see this some data, see this. So see this, the data is available at the offset address stored in the SID. So in this offset address, in this offset address, in this data location, we have the data. The data is copied to the CX, nothing but AX register, or in this CX register. Similarly, same here, the same. The only difference is here. See this here. I wrote the instructions. See this. I will show you the example. Or suppose you write the instruction is like move AX comma BX. Whatever the information is stored in this AX is directly transferred to the BX register. Whatever the information is stored at the BX register is directly transferred to the AX. Then this is the register to register. Okay. Then next one, see the move AX comma. It represents in the bracket. So this is the address. A bracket will represent this is the address. This is the address. Nothing but CPU. Show this diagrams also. CPU is pointed the BX register address location in the memory. This is the memory. This is the memory. Defaultly, it can identifies the data segment. For that address is for suppose 0011. It has the data. That's address location. Whatever the data is present in this one, it is copied to this AX register indirectly. Indirectly is connected to the memory location. Then what is the third one? Move AX comma SI or move CX comma destination index. So this will also CPU. It can for suppose this take this example. Take this example. It can point the SI address at some location memory. It may be of data or that may be of extra segments. So this it is data. For suppose this data is transferred to the AX register. Okay, what is the difference between this BX and the SA registers? This BX register is the one of the register, but this SA register is responsible for here in this SI we have the address location. Now, what are the address location of this one? SI? It will points the, remember, it will points the segmented address. SI or DI will points the segmented address. It stores the stores or generates the segment address. But here these two are responsible for data segment register, data and extra segments. Points the data and extra segment. This points this one. But what is the difference between this one? SI has the address locations of segments. But here BX is the address location of the data segment within this data. Remember, this SI has the addresses of segmented address. Remember carefully. You should remember carefully. SI has the address location of segment addresses, but this BX is the address is the offset address. You know that physical address. You know that physical address is the segmented address plus offset address. This BX, it represents the offset address. This SI, okay, DI will represent the segment address. That is the difference between these two instructions. This instruction and this instruction. That is the only difference. Okay. Okay, see this. This is the indexed address. Then relative address. Relative address means, yes, see this. Relative address. In this address mode, data is available at an effective address formed by an adding 8-bit or 16-bit displacement. Remember, displacement, 8-bit or 16-bit displacement. So this may be of if you are considered this may be of 8-bit, that may be a 4-byte instruction. You are considered 16-bit displacement, that may be a 6-byte instruction. That may be. Okay. So see this. So what are the default address location for this one is data segment or extra segment registers. When this stack segment is added, stack segment, a stack pointer is used on that one. So it can point this stack segment, stack pointer, stack pointer register used on that one case. It will represent this. Otherwise, it is connected to the data segment or extra segment. So especially you are using this SIDA. So the basic the default data segments are this one. So what is the registered relative in the more examinations? Most of the cases they are asked this relative addressing modes and all. So what is the relative addressing modes? The data is available at an effective address, okay, formed by an 8-bit or 16-bit displacement with the count of any of the registers DX and BP, SI, DA registers. So this is one example. This is the relative address. This is the relative displacement. Displacement address. In the machine language instruction formats also you can see the with displacement and without displacement instructions. You know that with the displacement instructions. So see this. What is the difference between this instruction and this instructions? Again, see this. See this. Again, I go to this notepad. See this. Okay, I can erase this one. See this some instruction, a simple instruction. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Sorry for this one. Okay. We'll see it here. Yes. We'll see it here. What is the difference between these three? See this. Move AX comma BX. You know that. Move AX comma SI. You know that. Move AX comma, you represent some 50H. H is nothing but hexadecimal. Remember, that is not the any number, that is the hexadecimal BX. What is the difference between these two instructions? See this, 1 and 3rd instruction. See this. What is the difference between this 1 and 3rd instructions? Both are looking same, but here you are representing the some displacement value, some displacement value. So for this displacement, the effective address is changing like this. Simply it can add the 50 hedges. Simply it can add the 50 hedges. Sorry, 50 hedge to that register value. Some that location is changing. Effective address location is changing. See this. See this. This is the effective address location value for this instruction 50H. 50H is added to this BX register, that one. Now see this, what is the, see this, two, both are same. See this, here 10H into DS plus BX only, but that one 10H into DS plus 50H into BX plus BH. See this, what difference between this segment address and that address. See this, this is the, it can add the 50H. See this, here it cannot add the any 50H. See this, observe this. So it can simply, for this instruction I write the move AX comma, for suppose some 50H as a displacement and a BX. On the time this effective address is changed to 10H. See this, DS plus 50H is the displacement value plus BX. Just displacement is added. Okay, okay, see this, displacement is added. Okay, the next one, base index. You see this base index, nothing but base index. So base, you know that a BX register you can use it as a BX or BP register, you can use it as a base point. This is a base index base register. Some base point registers are for that purpose. We are using this BP and BX register for this one. So base pointer BX or BP you are using it as a, some again the default address for this index registers is a data segment address, data segmented memory as well as extra segmented memory. Okay, see this, so this SIBX, see this here, the difference is here. Two addresses we are representing, two addresses. We are representing two addresses here, two addresses, SI and BX. What is the difference between this and this? What is the difference between move AX comma BX is address or move AX comma SI? Here we combine these two with that instruction move AX comma BX and SI. You can combine this to SI. What is the meaning of this one? This two. So this represents this segmented address. This represents the offset address. Remember, this SI will represent the segmented address. Okay, this BX will represent the offset address. Simply. So see this, the effective address of data is formed in this segment mode, in this addressing mode. By adding content of base register, nothing but BX or BP register to the content of an index register, the default segment is ES. So the effective address is like this. See this. Just a minute. Okay, sorry for the disturbance. See this, that examples. See this, so the difference between that one is that is segmented address. This one is this is segmented address. This is the offset address that represents the. Okay. Then relative, whenever relative is added, so and displacement address is added here. So same. So some this extension of this one, you just simply add this some 50H. See this, simply add this some 50H. So, base index and relative base index. So this is the another category of register. Second category, control transfer instructions. Control transfer instructions. So this control transfer instructions again this inter-segment registers as well as intra-segment registers. That's about control addressing modes, inter-segment addressing modes, intra-segment addressing modes. Again, inter-segment direct, inter-segment indirect, then intra-segment direct, intra-segment indirect addressing modes. All these are addressing modes. Then we will discuss in the next class. So thank you for joining the class today.